Hey friends, welcome back to Mrs. Kitchen's class. Today we are tackling figurative language. Alright, one way to show that you comprehend or get what a text is saying is by finding figurative language and then explaining what that figurative language means. So what is figurative language? Well, figurative language is when the words written or said do not have their normal meaning. So let's look at some examples. Figurative language makes what we read and say more interesting and sometimes amusing or funnier. There are many types of figurative language, but let's look at just 5 types today. We're going to talk about simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, and idiom. So simile is when one object is compared to another object. Remember, compare means the same. So an example of a simile is, she is fast like a cheetah. They're saying that this girl is as fast as a cheetah. Okay? So that is a simile. A metaphor is kind of the same but a little bit different. A metaphor is when one object is said to be another object. So for example, he was a cheetah as he ran across the playground. So we're trying to say that he was really fast, but instead of just saying he ran quickly across the playground, we decided to say he was a cheetah as he ran across the playground to make us have a better visual in our mind and to make what we wrote a lot more interesting. Next up we have personification. That is a really, really long word, but the first part of it is person. So personification is when we give an object human abilities or human traits. For instance, an animal talking. Here's another example. The dandelion seeds danced in the wind. We've all seen dandelion seeds float through the air on the wind, but in this sentence we're saying that they danced. It's just a nicer way of saying that they floated through the air, but seeds can't really dance. So that's personification. Hyperbole is an exaggeration of a situation. This is one of my favorites. It means that we make the situation much more than it is. So here's an example. That lesson took 1,000,000 years. It didn't really take 1,000,000 years, it just seemed pretty long. So hyperbole is making it just seem much more than it is, much longer than it is. Lastly, we have idiom. An idiom is a sentence that means something different than what is said. So here's an example. You are the apple of my eye. My eye doesn't actually have an apple in it. You are not actually in my eye. But apple of my eye means somebody that I really admire and care about and want the best for. So if I say that you are the apple of my eye, that's a compliment. So let's practice. I want you to see if you can find the figurative language in each paragraph, okay? Here we go. After playing outside in the rain, I got a cough. It was the worst cough in the history of the world. I hope it goes away soon. It is annoying. All right, did you see anything in there that could be figurative language? Yep. It was the worst cough in the history of the world. That is making it much more than it really is, which means it's hyperbole, because we can't really say if it was the worst cough in the history of the world. Who knows? That means we have to look at all the coughs in history, and that's just too much. Here's our next one. Enzo looked around the playground. It was peaceful and warm. The sunlight sprinkled joy on everything it touched. What a wonderful day. So where's the personification in this paragraph? Yep, the sunlight sprinkled joy on everything it touched. Sunlight can't actually sprinkle things like a human can, so this is personification. Liam walked to the door as quiet as a mouse. He wanted to surprise his mom when she got home. She was going to love what he had in store for her. So do you see any figurative language in that paragraph? Yep, he walked to the door as quiet as a mouse. So we're comparing him to a mouse, and that means this is a simile. One day, Summer heard a friend talking to another friend. Her first friend said, "Summer has a heart of gold." The other friend agreed. Summer was so kind. So where's the figurative language there? Yep, when her friend said, "Summer has a heart of gold." Summer's heart isn't really made of gold. This is an idiom. A heart of gold means that it's somebody who's really kind and trustworthy. All right, here comes the last one. Everyone had been waiting for a long time to get the new game. It had been an eternity. He was excited that he would get it the very next day. Where's that figurative language? Yep, it had been an eternity. If it really had been an eternity, he probably would not be alive to get that game. So we're making it way more than it is, so that's hyperbole. Thanks for joining me today, friends. Stay tuned for more for Mrs. Kitchen's class, and I will see you in class later. Bye, my friends.